life, sex, goals, and oh, hell knows, this is Midlife Craving. Oh, fuck. Here we go. Welcome back to the motherfucking shit show. It's me, your girl, Adrian, and your co-host. Oh, wait. So, life update, midlife craving update. But before I do, I got my gay husband back. Zach.
The gay has come to save the day.
Thank you so much for being here for me. I am seriously so appreciative. You came through last minute for me, and I love you for that. Thank you.
Oh, I'm lovable.
I know. It's all faithful. Okay. Midlife crashing update. I'm really bummed to share that Lauren has decided not to continue on as my co-host. Bitches, I had a co-host for one fucking day, okay? Like one episode. It's like, I mean, have you ever heard of that before? Oh my God.
No.
I mean, one day, you know? But listen, you know, she's got 3 kids. She has a job. She has a side hustle, and she lives an hour away. I get it. You know, it's a lot. And yes, I was blindsided. You know, I'm definitely sad, but I respect her for telling me. And, you know, listen, our chemistry together was real. And she knows that she's always welcome to come back to my show. You know, I was telling her, I said, you know, I like getting fucked in my podcast closet. So you're always welcome to come back and fuck around with me. You know, like you are welcome.
I feel like you should have that printed on a t-shirt though.
That's a good idea. I held on to this door frame right here.
You want to fuck around in my podcast closet?
Right. That could be a thing, like a pickup line.
Hashtag tagline.
Yeah. All right. So moving on to life updates, because I have a lot of those. I've been living the dream, promoting the show, and getting tons of social media violations. Okay. Like Instagram fucking hates me. TikTok definitely fucking hates me. It's like one suspension after another. So immediately following episode 6, I did an Instagram live with one of my favorite guys on Instagram. It's called Podcastagram, and he's an incredible guy. He promotes and uplifts and shares other new podcasts coming on, and he's been such a great source for me to go to when it comes to like, how do I promote my podcast? And he pushes you on channels, and it's a really cool thing. But we did a Instagram live session together, and after we were done, Instagram sent him a violation, and they were like getting ready to suspend his account. He was like, Adrian, this has never happened to me before. I'm like, oh, this is so fucking normal.
You popping cherries left and right.
I didn't even like flinch. I was like, yeah, that happens all the time. But luckily his account didn't get shut down. But I'm like, God damn it. And it sucks because it was a great Instagram live. Like people would have loved it. And he had such good questions for me. It was really good. But we're going to do another one, but I can't say sex, fuck, cock, balls, come in my eye. So I don't know what I'm going to talk about. But.
So you're just going to say silent?
Be a fucking mime. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do, but you know, I'm going to try again because it's a great outlet. It's a great way to get my podcast show out there. But damn, I got to tighten it up. Instagram don't like me. And TikTok, I'm always like, another one. Like every fucking time I post anything, it's like in violation, or they'll lock my account for 24 hours. That's fucking fun too. I'm like, God damn it.
I feel like your website should have a counter. Number of
It
violations
should. Oh my God.
by social media type.
No, or like there it has been this many days since Adrian had a social media violation.
You'd have to update that a lot. You're going to be really busy.
It's never going to fucking stop.
Yeah, right?
It'll be like the amount of I mean, I had a podcast co-host longer than I had no violation on social media. Oh my God. So speaking of TikTok, God, do you have TikTok?
No, because I have real things to worry about.
Okay, I get it. And listen, I'm a hater. I was a hater of TikTok for a long time. Once you get TikTok, you can't stop. It's like a Pringles, okay? You will be on there. I will say I have learned a lot of life hacks. I've learned a lot of DIY shit. I mean, things I'll never fucking do. But, you know, they're there. But it is funny, and I do laugh.
I mean, I watch TikToks on, like, YouTube, you know, because I'm 100 years old. Yeah. But I just don't feel like I need to do the floss dance and...
No, it's not a lot of dancing, actually. A lot of the
didn't that come from TikTok?
It is, but like once you start working with their algorithm, it's going to start showing you content. And I don't watch or like any of the dances, so those have really been filtered out. That just shows you the algorithm at work. So it's a lot of like funny shit. I shared on the last episode that's that midlife guy who was talking about like dating in midlife or whatever. I definitely have a lot of midlifers in my feed, and I love it. It's funny. There's this one thing, and it's like I fucked up, and it's it's like this lady laying in bed. It's like 10 p.m. going to bed, and it's like 4 a.m. and she's still on TikTok, and it's like, I fucked up. That's the way it is, though. I mean, you can really get addicted to it. So anyway,
all the rabbit holes, yeah.
Oh yeah, more so than Pornhub, which is.
And let me tell you, those are some Alice.
I know. Lauren and I
holes.
talked about that. There's a lot going on there. Oh yeah. So anyway, there's lots of trends on TikTok. TikTok, will create entire, social media campaigns. Or they'll dictate like people's lives. Like TikTok is a very powerful tool. So this girl, she was a Gen Z, which is below millennial. So there's Gen Z, millennial, Gen X, I think. Isn't that, or Gen Y? I don't know what it is.
I think it's Gen X, then Gen Y. And then like boomers.
Whatever. So
basically
these
what you're
fucking
saying,
kids,
babies.
the fucking kids who are eating Tide Pods. Okay, they're the ones. This girl comes on and she's like, if you have a side part, you wear skinny jeans or you use the laughing emoji, you're old.
And bitch, you are old.
I look down, I'm like, oh shit.
But you had it on a fanny pack, which is very on trend.
I will never give up my fanny pack. I'll just keep waiting for that motherfucking trend to roll back around. I don't care.
Every 10 years it will.
Yep, I don't care. So anyway, so I'm sitting there and I'm like, what the fuck? So what is on trend? And what is middle parts. So you guys, I parted my hair down the middle today for the first time since I think 1996. And it's fucking terrible. There's a reason why. I look like Professor Snape. You know what I look like? Because, I have a very round face. I mean, I have Xavier Roberts tattooed on my ass, okay? And I cannot rock anything. I need to hide half of this dome piece. It is a fucking problem. And I don't even have that much hair anyway. So anyway, it's looking like some shit. I'll post photos. You guys can all laugh at me. People are going to be thinking like Harry Potter looking motherfucker. Like, I look so terrible.
Professor Snape was a porn star.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, so what they're wearing now, is middle parts. Ugh, God. Wide leg jeans and cuffed jeans, which I'm like, what?
You know what kills me? Everybody's like, I'm so new and on trend. It's like, bitch, we did that in the 90s. Banjo jeans, like rolled up jeans are a thing. Like, I grew up doing that. It's
yes.
Like, you are not new. You are not fresh, bitch. You are re-fucking cycled. We were the originals.
Exactly.
Sit down.
Well, another thing too is I'm like, I'm not even, then I thought about it. I was like, I'm not even really wearing skinny jeans. I wear fucking jeggings or leggings. Like, that's the trend that I'm on right now, Like,
you're like the early 2000s soccer mom who would always have a Dunkin' Donuts coffee in her hand and the Lululemon leggings.
I don't drink Dunkin' Donuts. You got Wawa. I'm a Wawa girl. But
yes,
you're right.
That's your level.
Yeah, you're right. So anyway, I was thinking about, remember those skater jeans? Remember those like big yes.
Gross.
Ew, yes. No. I remember my friend was like dating this guy and her parents were complaining because it was like creating like a dirt cloud.
A snail trail?
No, like, ew. No, like a dust cloud where his pants would lie on the couch. I'm like, ew, you sick fuck. But your jeans got dirty. Remember Flair? Like these kids, you can have that trend back. I don't want to walk around the bottom my jeans all wet. Fuck that.
Like, I miss a boot cut jean because I like some boots, but like bell bottoms, like they were cute in the 70s, but let's face it, people were doing ass in the 70s, so they didn't know what they were doing.
But I will say, I will get on what are they again? What are they? Gen Y, Gen Z, whatever. Gen Z. I will get on their like oversized sweatshirt and sweatpants trend. I'm loving that. I mean, I could rock a big sweatshirt.
I mean, hashtag team mom wear.
I mean, I'm down with that trend that they're on. But other than that, y'all can keep that shit. Mm-mm.
Well, like I said,
it's middle
so
part.
funny.
I'm sorry, I look like shit with this middle part. It is not a good look. It's never happening again.
Well, it's very like my mom did my hair for pictures today. Like it looks very juvenile.
No, I look like I woke up and just like let it air dry. I look like fucking Skid Row. It is fucking awful. I'm never doing it again. But there's something else I saw. So like I said, you learn a lot and there's lots of different people and characters and fucking career paths, people that are talking about it on TikTok. And there's this dentist on there. And he said that he can tell which patients have been sucking dick and which ones haven't. He was like, oh, we know. And I thought to myself,
so what you're saying is you are the textbook photo?
Yeah, I was like,
if your patient's throat looks like this, she may have sucked a dick recently.
They said they can tell because you have like light bruising on your soft palate. They're like, we can definitely tell. I'm thinking like,
and probably also the hand mark around your neck. Oh. For you specifically.
Yeah. They're like, are you okay? Is everything okay at home?
Do you call Domino's and order a pizza, but really go to 911?
No. But yeah, so just a heads up out there, if you're going to the dentist and you've been sucking a lot of dick, they're going to know. I mean, I have no shame. I don't give a fuck. But
Just
it was interesting to me.
Just be like, I gotta feed my babies.
Yeah. It's my job, pays the bills.
Right?
But yeah, I was like, wow, I did not know that, Okay, so anyway, more life updates. I'm on a new diet. I think I was on a diet.
You're always on a diet.
I know. I live on a diet. What was my last diet? I was doing no carbs. That lasted like 3 weeks, I think. I don't know. But now my new diet, my friend's been reaching out to me and he's like, no cheese. And I'm like, wow, I've never done no cheese before. So I'm like, damn. But I will tell you this. It was funny. He was DMing me and I'm such a submissive, like him telling me that. I was like, okay. All right. Okay. I'll do it. Yes, sir. And like, that's just shows you how
submissive I am. So you just opened a whole can of worms for this guy. Because he's going to start telling you all, he's going to slide to them DMs.
No,
and be like,
he's like my brother.
Don't do that.
No, for real. So, but anyway, it's funny to me because I'm like, you're in my DMs and they're talking to me about no cheese. And I'm like, yes, sir. Yes, yes. Whatever you say. But now, so then he reached out to me the other day. He was like, all right, we're going to up it. No bread. So now I'm doing no cheese, no bread.
I mean, that's literally your daughter's diet. So
I know.
it sucks because that's all you have in the house and you can't eat any of it.
You're right. God, what a life. But I think I'm going to do okay with it. And I did actually do some research on it. And it does talk about how cheese is like, it's a big no-no. I'm just so used to doing like no carb and, Atkins and paleo, whatever. I just love cheese. Is paleo cheese? I can't remember. Katina always does it all the time.
I'm not.
You're not on a diet. Okay.
No, I'm on like trying to like get my life together diet.
Yeah.
But, like, you know what? Fuck it. If I had a hard day, it's like, and I want a piece of cake, I'm an adult. I'm going to go buy a piece of cake. I just won't buy a whole cake.
Oh, I love cake. You know what my favorite cake is? The cake from Safeway. I love that.
I will say
wedding cake shit.
Safeway, they bang it out in the dessert department. Like they ain't fucking around. Like we may be a low end chain, but our bakery's on point.
Yeah, I love their wedding cake is the fucking bomb. Like I fucking love that shit. I can go in there and they sell them like single pieces. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm about their cupcakes.
Me too. I know, so
lemon
good.
curd cupcakes with the frosting inside and on the outside of the cupcake.
I haven't tried that. All right. God, see, well, you know what? I'll ask them. Can I do sugar?
So when you say no bread, does that include cake and other baked goods?
Like, are we just talking about like white bread? Like
in loaf form.
Exactly.
Because like a baguette's not a loaf. It's a baguette. Can you have that? Like
no, that's a bread. That to me is a bread.
But like I said, in what form?
Yeah, exactly. Well, I asked him tonight. I was like, "So can I have beers?" Like I said, "How many beers can I have?" He's like, "As many as you want, but just know that." Beer leads to bad food decisions. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but I won't care.
Yeah, she's only on a diet when she's not at a bar. No, I'm just kidding. She doesn't drink that bad.
I know. And, but it was funny you just said that. Like, if you've had a bad day, you're like, fuck it. You have to treat yourself. You have to. And I work out so hard. I can
weekend,
do
it. I burned my face off doing a laser peel. And I was like,
know.
I deserve a pizza. So I bought a pizza. It was like a personal one. It wasn't like some large ass pizza. But I got a pizza. Do I feel bad about it? No, because I worked my ass off with my trainer today.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
And
yeah.
I'm on the downward slope on the weight scale, so I'm doing it.
Yeah. I mean, you have to. Otherwise, you're going to get off your diet and just be done with it. So.
Well, that's exactly. People who always diet, the reason why they don't work is because they deny themselves things they enjoy. So then they go fucking ham.
I know.
Like, I'm going to eat everything. No.
Right.
They go full Cookie Monster
I feel like
the buffet.
Since I lost so much weight in 2016, my world revolves around what I'm eating, how I'm burning. Like before you got here, I was doing intervals on the treadmill and I squeezed in 30 minutes as fast as I could because I was like, shit, I got to go shower and shave and get down to the podcast room. But I had to get that in, you know? Plus I know I'm like, I want some wings and beer after this. So, All right. So I want to talk about something serious now when it comes to, life updates with me. I want to talk about my chronicles of birth control because that's a real fucking thing for me. I ain't trying to have no more babies. Hell no. But I got a new IUD. I know this is kind of TMI, but I really don't have TMI. That's no such thing for me.
Yes. When we're talking about coming in your eye, I feel like the IUD is the least.
A lot of people say IED. I'm like, yeah, no. But anyway, so I got a new IUD. That's like an explosive device.
Unidentified exploding device.
Whatever, yeah. It's not inside my uterus right now.
ESPN, I feel like it's raining.
I fucking love her. That's my sixth sense. Okay, so I got a new IUD in August, right? And I really didn't want to get it because I loved my old one was working fine, but it was time for it to come out. Like, and I pushed it to the limit with it too. So anyway, so since I got this new IUD, I have had like some weird shit going on. And so the whole reason why I'm talking about it is if you have an IUD or if you have had an IUD experience where you had weird shit going on, like please reach out to me. I want to talk about it because I swear to you, I think that like I'm having like these hormonal imbalances, like weird shit going on, like, and I think it's the IUD. I'm going to have to I don't know. I don't want to get it taken out because then what do I do? Pull and pray? You know what they call those people? Parents. Parents. Yeah. So like I'm not doing that. And I can't take birth control because my fucking thyroid. So, getting old fucking sucks, by the way. Like it's just.
You know what you should do? You're in an age group where a lot of men already have vasectomies. Like your Tinder profile should be like vasectomy or nothing. I need to see documentation. I need
bust.
Yeah, exactly.
Prince Charming is not going to be trying to hear this right now. But yeah, I know. Well, I don't know what I'm going to do.
If you just take him to the doctors, be like, I got to go to the doctors. And then sit him
take
down.
him, yeah. Yeah. So anyway, if you have an IUD and you have had issues with it, please reach out to me. I want to talk about it. And of course, I'm going to go see my doctor. But damn, I'm really hoping I can resolve this. It's an issue. And then I found out my gynecologist. So I only go to male doctors. That's a thing that I have. And my gynecologist retired. So I'm like, fuck. So I'm seeing I think I'm seeing a lady, whatever. I'll go in there and spread my legs for her. But
just like college.
I know. I gotta figure this fucking shit out. Okay. So while I'm talking about gynecologist, and you know what? I loved my old gynecologist so much. He was amazing. And I love having a male doctor because I feel like they're less judgy. So look, one time I go in there, right? And he's like, you have HPV. And I was like, fuck. I mean, I was so pissed. And I was like, 40-something fucking men, and the last one gives me a fucking STD. Like, I was like, motherfucker. And he was like, because I had a test in September, and then Prince Charming and I started banging in November, and I knew, like, I was like, okay, well, I know who gave it to me. And it was funny because he was like, Adrian, he was like, literally 90% of the world has HPV. And long story short, that shit cleared, but it was so funny, like his face when I said that to him, he was like, okay. And then when I went in there last year, or no, it was, I can't remember. And he was like, you have a raging yeast infection. And I was like,
raging.
I was like, huh. I was like, well, I had sex 5 times in the last 3 days. And he was like, okay, well, you need to go pee afterwards. You need to really take care of yourself. And I was like, oh, okay, whatever. But I just loved him because he put up with my shit. I'm a lot to handle,
Yes.
Like when he put my IUD in, it hurt like a motherfucker. They had to actually dilate me. We're not even going to go there. That's a whole nother story. But I said to him, I was like, next life, I want a fucking big ass cock and big balls. And he was like,
again, I feel like that should just be a t-shirt.
He was like, okay. He's like, so I'm going to miss him. I hope wherever he is, he's happy.
He's probably going to his country club every day and regaling his friends with stories.
Of
crazy
me.
Blonde bitch.
Yeah.
He's like, she wanted a big dick and balls.
Yeah, she got HPV and she was pissed and she had a raging yeast infection. God, whatever else. But I have a joke for you.
You do.
Okay. So what does a pizza delivery guy and a gynecologist have in common?
Don't know.
They can smell it, but they can't taste it. When I was thinking about gynecologists, I was like, I have to tell my fucking joke. So anyways, let's talk about you now. It's been me. Let's talk about you. So tell me some life updates with you.
So my husband is currently in Missouri, which, honey, I apologize. He's on a crisis care contract for COVID out there, making a little money, which is people are like, oh my God, what are you going to do for 13 weeks? I was like, wave goodbye. Are you kidding me? Do you that paycheck? Bye, motherfucker. Yeah. I'll see you in 13 weeks.
Travel nursing is the way to fucking go right now. I have a friend in Texas, and shout out to her. I know she's going to be listening to the show, and she's going to come visit. I'm so excited. But she's making bank out there. She's like, I'm about to pay off a house. Like, for real.
Like he's making more in 13 weeks than he would make in a year at his regular job.
That's awesome.
But so he came home for Valentine's Day because, romantical and shit.
Oh, geez. We're going to talk about Valentine's Day.
And, we hung out. We did a spa day. We went up and we're building a house. So we went up and looked at that.
Yeah.
It was just a very nice couple of days. And then
good.
I sent him packing again. I'm like, you go collect that check.
Get that bag.
Right.
About Valentine's Day. I hate Valentine's Day. I have always hated Valentine's Day.
Well, that's because you're not the lovey romantic kind. You're
the
pound it out.
Right. Like, and bitch, don't be buying me no candy and flowers. Like, pay my BG&E bill. Okay? Like, I'm sorry. That's just keeping it real.
That is very, actually, if a man ever came to me and said, I want to pay your bills, I'd be like, oh
Yes,
my God, the
Daddy.
most romantic thing I've ever been told.
Same. Like,
Right?
don't be giving them edible arrangements. Like, pay my fucking electric bill. Like, come on, man. Like, I don't need that shit. But it was funny because I spent the morning with Prince Charming, and then I had like the day to myself. I went to the gym, and then I went and got a pedicure, and I came home and I had like a little fiesta for myself, and I got like margaritas to go. Those margaritas to go from Los Portales are gonna fucking kill me, but whatever. Hey, I need to ask him if margaritas are allowed on this diet. So it was a great night, and I saw a lot of people that were like, I don't want to be single, and it's Valentine's Day or whatever. And I just want to say, like, it's better to be single on Valentine's Day than to be in a relationship where you wish that you were.
Yeah,
and it's not a bad thing.
I mean, our society is very couple oriented.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's kind of to the detriment of people because there are some people who just stay in a relationship because they'd rather be in a couple than be single. And like, for me, I didn't even start dating till I was happy being single. I'm like,
right.
That's the way to do it. I got my education where I needed to be, my career needed to be. I bought a fucking house, and I was dating around, but like, I didn't really settle down until I was like, I want to make sure I don't ever need to rely on somebody.
That's the way to do it.
That's where people get literally trapped.
Mm-hmm. And you know what else I noticed too is that people find, you're right, the societal pressure from that. They find it weird to have a single person, and it's like people are more comfortable seeing someone miserable or, unhappy in a relationship than they are seeing them being single. I don't get that.
Yeah, no, I don't understand that at all.
Me either.
Like,
but the pressure's there. People definitely judge me for being single, and I'll never be married again. So I guess I'll have that for the rest of my life. So it's like, I don't know. It's definitely a thing though. And there's a lot of pressure. And I do feel bad for people that are in their like late 20s and they're, it's like get married and have a baby. I mean, that's a thing. And it's a lot of pressure with that.
Well, that is one thing with like millennials and like the older Gen Z. Like they're not getting married at 22 and not having kids. And everybody's like, oh my God, the population's decreasing. It's like, good, less assholes. But,
I mean, right?
But it's like, like I said, you should be happy with yourself before you try to bring anybody else into your inner like private like sanctuary.
You know what someone said to me in a DM? They were talking to me about, relationship struggles and stuff like that. And I said, well, hey, like you've been through a lot and you're an amazing person. So kudos to you. And he said, I started looking inward other than outward for what I wanted and needed for myself. And I was like, wow, that's really fucking awesome. Like that's a great thing to do.
Nobody can ever make you somebody can be part of your happiness.
Bring happiness with you, right?
You can. People who wrap the whole world up in a person or a thing or a job, it's like eventually that's going to go away, and then you're going to literally be left a hollow shell because your whole world is now just gone.
Right. You have to start within yourself for sure. All right. So another update with you. You had, what was it called?
So it was a laser resurfacing peel. They basically burned my face off.
They put your fucking face in a frying pan. I told you.
Yes. Yeah. Like, I mean, I looked like a Gila monster.
Oh my God.
Afterwards. And then the following day, because it like a little bit of TMI, but it like started to ooze. And it was, I didn't leave my house for 3 days.
Oh my God. But your skin looks amazing though.
Yes. It was worth every penny.
Yeah. And you know what? Good for you. I swear to God, I abide by look good, feel good.
Yes. I mean,
it's such a thing. It's one of the things that like people like, I feel like they lose as they get older. They stop taking care of themselves. And why? Like now's the time when you really should start taking better care of yourself, Well,
especially because as you're older, typically like your financial position's changing. You're usually higher up in your career. I mean, even if you work at like a fast food restaurant or a restaurant, like, usually by then you're like an experienced waiter, and it's like, kind of dress for the life that you want.
Yeah,
and,
you're exactly right.
You don't even have to buy like Gucci and Louis Vuitton, and they make Gucci shit.
Oh my gosh, you know what my daughter said to me the other day? What? She goes, "You think it's all Gucci, but it's 99 cents." I'm like, what the fuck? The stuff
she's clearly watching YouTube.
Something. Yeah, she's watching all them videos. Okay, so let's move on to something I shared on Instagram this week that was like wildly popular. And I thought it was pretty awesome. And I still cannot find a 5 out of 5. So let's talk about that. So I mentioned that no man has all 5 of these: a big dick, height over 6 feet, a 5+ figure bank account, so 5 figures or more, bigger legs than you, and then no crazy ex. So that's 5 things where I was just like, there's no man out there that has, all of that. So I did like a little rating because, I have my characters on this show. So Pawn Star, 3 out of 5. big dick, 5-figure bank account, no crazy ex. So that was good. He wasn't as tall as 6 foot, and it's kind of hard to beat my big legs. I mean, let's be real.
Yeah. She do got booty though.
Yeah, I got that big booty, and my calves are like no man's ever going to compare to that. It's a genetics thing, it runs in my family. So then Mr. July, okay, 3 out of 5 again, big dick, 5-figure bank account, no crazy ex that I know of. I mean, I don't know. Could have
the wife may have been. Might be crazy, but she's not an ex.
Yeah. So okay. Anyway, and then I did Prince Charming, and he was a 4 out of 5, so he almost made it. So big dick, height over 6 foot, 5-figure plus bank account, and no crazy ex. But them legs, oh my God, yes. The skinniest poor man. Like, he's so tall though. That's what happens when the height's got to come from somewhere,
Yeah, he's like all bone and no leg.
I know, he's so tall. Like, he has like the skinniest little legs. It's so funny. The first time I met his dad, I was like, oh, okay, that's where that comes from.
This is just a family joke.
Yeah, oh my God. So anyway, so Prince Charming, 4 out of 5. So do you want to rate anybody? You want to rate your husband?
I'll rate my husband.
Okay.
He do got that big dick. After this crisis care contract, he will have a 5-figure bank account. Okay. And then we'll spend it all in the house and we'll both be broke again.
Okay.
He had, I've seen pictures of his ex, and I'm sorry, boo, but he was a little busted. But he's not crazy because they didn't have kids and they have no ties to one another.
Okay.
So he,
does he have bigger legs than you?
Yes.
So he's a 4 out of 5.
Yeah, he's a 4 out of 5. He's getting it.
Okay. I mean, it's not a bad thing to have less or more. It's just, it's funny because I have
I'm
not
also
met.
tall. Like, I'm like a good 6 inches taller than he is.
Yeah.
So again, like my height just comes from like when we're sitting down with the same height, like mine's all in my legs.
Yeah.
I mean, the first time I met him, he was walking up my front stairs. I was like, who the fuck is this hobbit trying to go to the goddamn fire? I was like, what the hell is that? He was like, because I'd only ever seen pictures of him where from the waist up, where he was like squatting or sitting down.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he's a pocket gay. You can put him in your back pocket and take him anywhere.
I will say Prince Charming is an anomaly. I find that most tall guys don't have huge dicks. Believe it or not, the biggest dicks I've seen are like 5'10", 5'11".
True.
Seriously. All right. Well, that was fun. Anyway, if you go onto my Instagram account, Midlife Craving, you can see it there. And hey, if you're a 5 out of 5, let me know because you're a unicorn. I haven't seen it.
And you need to show receipts. I need to see pictures of the legs.
Oh, and a screenshot of that bank account.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Because it's one thing to say it, but you got to prove it.
For sure. Okay, so we're going to have a new segment that I love that you came up with, and it's called Straight Advice from a Gay Man.
Yes.
This is a great thing. I'm looking forward to this. Okay, so I'm going to let you run with it.
Okay, so we know there's a lot of straight guys out there. Trust me, I've seen some of the pictures you're all sending, you nasties. But it's always ironic to me that when you see the relationship dynamics between the men and women and how men have these certain expectations for their women that they themselves are not
adhering to. Mm-hmm.
It's like, so like the first one, self-care. Like, guys, it is not feminine to take care of yourself. Like, good hygiene, nice clothes.
Trim out them ball sacks.
Your hands. Like,
think
about
fingernails.
it. If you wouldn't want some woman with some gnarled hand rubbing on your dick, do you think a woman wants you rubbing on her clit? No. And you getting a manicure is by no means a feminine thing. Actually, some of the most successful businessmen and lawyers, people
they're getting pedicures, manicures. Oh, yes.
Yeah, I mean, I actually in Baltimore go to a spa called the Quintessential Gentleman. I don't get paid for this, but that's all they do is service men. They have, it's 5 floors. They have a custom clothing section. They do manicures, pedicures. They do spa treatments, haircut, like barber style haircuts, like
shaves, whatever.
Like straight edge razor blade. It's like taking pride in your appearance, especially if that's what you expect out of your partner.
I know, because you always see these men. I'm not shaming Prince Charming. I love my fishermen, but you see these men in like fisherman hats, the like Huck big t-shirt and a pair of flip-flops and some cargo shorts. And then here comes their bougie ass wife with like
the Louis Vuitton.
Yes. I'm
like all the hair extensions look like Britney Spears.
Nails. Oh my God. The spider leg lashes, all that shit. I'm like, okay. That's a very Pasadena thing, I feel like, too.
The dirty Tina.
Yeah.
And it's like, also, like, think about it. Like, if you want your girl to wear, like, really cute lacy thongs and, like, really nice, like, bras, and you're coming with some Hanes boxer briefs with holes in them, it's like, no. Why should she go through all that effort? Meanwhile, you looking like you straight homeless.
I can't.
Like, like
They
take
make
care of
so many
yourself.
nice boxers for men now, by the way. Have you seen the one that like cups, it like holds your ball sack? Have you seen
Yeah,
that?
my
Okay.
husband has a couple pairs.
Okay.
So he is a boxer brief guy. I had the
I love boxer
because
briefs.
he was wearing like Hanes boxer briefs. I'm like, they do nothing for you.
I like Tommy John.
Yeah, they actually do. So I'm more of a brief guy. I like them better.
Hang on. My favorite thing to do with Mr. July. Oh, God, it's making me think about that. I can't help myself. Mouth is watering. Is I would be like, I would make him get, I liked undressing him. And then I would like rub his dick outside of his boxers and was like, and he would always wear like the black ones for me. Like I fucking love those ones. And then I would slowly pull and it was just so fucking hot because I could see his big dick like throbbing underneath those boxer briefs. So like boxer briefs, they are where it's at.
Yes,
And that big dick popping out of them boxers. I mean,
and quite
shove it down my
frankly,
throat.
like, as a man, boxers are bullshit because they don't keep anything where they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Shit gets tangled up, especially you guys who like to wear these super skinny jeans. It's like, you
Yeah.
can have extra fabric down there. It
No.
doesn't work.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I
but like
think
I
boxers
said-
are such a like 1990s thing to me.
Well, yeah. And
Like
they're
your
just-
boyfriend in high school would have boxers on, you
Yeah.
know, like Gap boxers. Yeah.
And also, guys, pull your pants up. No girl need to see your underwear.
Yeah.
Like, it's basically the female version of a whale tail. You'll look like a whore.
Oh my God. I feel like I always got whale tail, but I will tell you this. I haven't been wearing underwear. That's my new thing. But I got to be careful because I'm always wearing Lululemon and like, bro, the camel toe is real. I have like the smallest pussy ever. I think I showed you a picture of it. I'm so
Yeah, she was
sorry.
like, you want to see this? So back to the wings and beer story. We should actually tell that story at some point.
Oh my God, I know. So yeah, like so it's small and it's just like right there. Like I don't have like any, you know, I had a tummy tuck. So like I have a very small, like perfect little small vagina. And it's like, bam. Like, so anyway, I got to be careful, but
Yeah,
I haven't been wearing
no roast
underwear.
beef curtain, so.
I've been loving not wearing underwear. It's been so freeing. Katina put me onto it and I'm fucking loving it. So
I'm not a fan because jeans too much friction.
yeah, I don't have anything going on down there. So
Yeah, that's true.
I've always wondered what it's like to have balls. I do like the whole, like, if you, like, do you have to, like, swing your hips and, like, like, make your balls, like, swing up before you sit down? Like, do you ever sit on your balls?
Well, no, it was, I like I said, I wear briefs, so everything is kept where
Okay.
it belongs.
These are things girls think.
But trust me, like, with boxers, like, shit would get tangled. You'd be walking, I'm like,
Ew.
oh my God.
We
this-
twisting up.
Yes, it fucking hurts.
Oh my God. Okay, well, we're going off on a tangent here, but I do love that. You know, self-care for men, it's a real thing. I talked about keeping it tight and shaving and grooming. Like that is a real
Like,
thing.
manicures,
Do it.
pedicures, getting a regular haircut and keeping your beard trimmed. Well, it is
I
instantly
love a beard.
makes you sexy. Like a fresh haircut
Yeah.
and a
Scruffy face.
just a scruffy face that's
But
cleaned
it's clean.
up.
Yes.
And also, if you got Bushman eyebrows,
No.
wax or pluck. I'm not saying shape them. I'm not saying arch them. Trim them.
Well, let me
and
speak to
clean
the
up
ladies
hair.
out here. I feel like as being a good girlfriend, I take care of Prince Charming in that department. I make sure he has like the bushiest eyebrows ever. That man has like, he has very strong features, like the butt chin, the very, you know what I mean? And his eyebrows, I'm always trimming his eyebrows up. I take care of his ears. I make sure he ain't got no nose hairs. Like that's like, I feel like my job. And I also clean up the back of his neck and I can cut his hair too. I feel like that started with my brother. I used to take care of the back of my brother's neck. That was like my thing.
That goes right into the next topic.
Okay.
Be her man, not her son.
Oh, okay. Yes. This is such a huge one.
So think about it. Your woman is not dating you because she wants to take care of you.
No.
Like, taking care of you and having to take care of you are two very different things. One is voluntary and one is because you're a lazy slob and don't know what you're doing. Like Prince Charming, you said you had to whip him into shape.
I did. It took me a whole year.
He didn't.
Can I tell you so the first time I ever went to his house, it was so funny, and like we reconnected. So I was like absolutely like smitten. I had like the whole butterflies in my stomach. I was so nervous. I went to his house and he opens the door and I'm like, oh my God.
Oh shit.
I'm like, oh wow. And he's like, I must really like you because I cleaned today. And I looked at him and I said, where? Like I seriously
With
could not
what?
fucking hold back. I was like, oh my God. And the first time I stayed the night there, I remember I woke up, I tiptoed to the bathroom and I hovered. Okay. Like that's not a good look. And I will say this though, and taking care is my love language. And I spoke about this, I think in my first episode, maybe it was with you, that is my love language, but it does you a disservice if you allow them to stay that way. So after a year of waiting on him and allowing him to live like that, and I was taking care of him like my son, It took me another year to fucking break him. And I will say this, he was at my house on Sunday. He had the whole kitchen cleaned. He had my daughter clean up her room, put all her laundry away. I mean, he is like a well-oiled machine now. So I'm fucking proud. I'm gonna go ahead and pat myself in the back for that because it took training, but he's there. So yeah, like don't tolerate that.
Well, especially if you're a 2-income household where the wife and the husband both work.
Yeah.
Like
nobody's taking care of you.
Dude, you don't get to just come home and be like, well, I worked my 8 hours. Like, motherfucker, so did she. It is not just her job to take care of the kids.
Well, wait a minute, though. Well, wait a minute.
Cook.
Even if your wife is staying home or your girlfriend's staying, you know, and she's taking care of your kids,
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
is a job. That's a harder job, actually.
that's
Fuck stay at
much
home.
harder, yeah.
So anyways, just exactly. Like,
And you know what?
be her man, not her son.
Women actually like, and this kind of goes into the next point, is your dick and your money will never make her happy. Like, most women, like, they'll say, like,
So wait
I
a
want
minute.
this in a man, I want that in a man, but doing the fucking dishes, you're going to get her juices going.
A dick does make me happy, though, always.
It makes you happy, but think about it. That's not going to sustain a relationship.
You're right.
Like, I mean,
It's not everything.
Prince Charming apparently has a large penis
Yeah.
and has a big bankroll, and you put his ass out for acting stank.
Yeah, you're right.
So it's like,
No, you're right.
you
You're
know,
absolutely right.
You can throw your money around, you can throw your wealth around, you can throw your dick around, you can throw all that around.
Right.
But, you know, that's why some of the wives of the wealthiest men in the world cheat.
You're right.
Because they don't care about that. Like,
So what do women care about, you think?
so honestly, I think I one of the big things you say is
Yeah.
loyalty and trust. Like, if your woman thinks you're a baller and
And
you're
also
a player,
50-50, man. Fucking be standing up next to me, not leaning on me.
Yeah.
I want to be 50-50. You know, I'll cook, you clean. You know, I'll wash, you dry. Like, whatever. You know, like, I need the 50-50 aspect of shit.
and that actually rolls right into the next thing, is like,
Okay.
being a good partner takes time and effort. And
It does.
this really goes into love languages. And, you know, it's funny, when I was younger, my mom was trying to get me to read the 5 love language book.
Really?
I was like,
Interesting.
This is some middle-aged white woman stuff. And it kind of was in
Yeah.
the 90s. But the science behind it is actually very true. And people give and receive love differently.
I know.
And like, my love language is I like spending
care-
money. Like, I'm a
you're a
very-
gift giver.
I'm a
Okay.
gift giver, and I'm a solver. I mean, my husband's way of receiving love is actually like words of affirmation. So that's actually like an issue with our marriage. is
Yep.
we give love differently than how the other one receives it.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, you have to take time to learn that about yourself. Like, what do I do to give love, and how do I feel loved? And then you have to, especially with your partner, figure that out. And, you know, if you guys don't naturally do those things that make your partner feel loved,
Yeah.
then it's
a
work.
mismatch.
You have to fucking
Yeah.
work at it. Like, you either have to say, this is worth me working for and changing and becoming a better version of me, or walk away. But, you know, it kind of goes into don't be her son. Like, it's not your wife's job to do the dishes, do the laundry, work, and raise the kids. You know, and she shouldn't have to ask you to do those things.
I know.
And she shouldn't have to ask you to plan stuff.
And also, let me tell you this right fucking now. When you do the dishes, or when you do put some laundry away, don't be coming at me for a thank you. You don't fucking thank me every time I fucking do it. I fucking hate that. Like, Prince Charming and I argued about that a lot at first, because I was like, bitch, I don't see you thanking me for every fucking thing I did in the last hour.
It's like a little puppy. Like, see, I did it. Now give me a treat. It's
yes,
like,
exactly. That is not what this is.
but you're an adult. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
This is nothing special
Right.
that you washed the dish.
Right.
You know what's special? Is you went out and, because it's a Tuesday, and bought me flowers.
I'm not into that. But
Okay, because
you know
it's
what
a
he
Tuesday,
did?
you fucked me silly.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah, exactly. Right.
So most women, you bought me flowers because it's a Tuesday. Adrian, it's like, you came in my eye.
Yeah.
I keep
He
forgetting
loves
she's
me
a different
not.
kind of gal.
No, you know what's funny is I had kind of a rough day yesterday, and I was feeling low, and Prince Charming, that his love language, he is always in touch. He's always asking me how I am. Believe it or not, like, he is a very sensitive man.
He's very much the words of affirmation. Like,
Yes,
he's very
he is.
like, I love you.
Yes. And I've grown to love that. I have. That usually isn't the way I like to receive love. I'm more physical touch, and I guess I don't know my other one. But anyway, that is his thing. And it was so sweet though yesterday, because just the constant checking in on me and calling me. And then he said, "Why don't you go ahead and treat yourself to something at Lululemon?" And I was like, "Oh, I love you. Thank you."
Did he pay for it too?
Of course, yeah. But I'm like,
my love language.
I know, like, I was like, I like that, you know, like, I like being treated and being spoiled like that. And he that is one thing he's really good at, is spoiling me, for sure.
And that literally leads to the last point, is like, it's really the little things that count. Like I said, having a lot of money, that's great. There's a lot of men that have a lot of money.
But it's
There's
what
a
they
lot
do
of
with
women.
it,
Exactly.
too.
It's like, knowing that your wife had a really shit day, and you're like, you know what, honey? I got dinner tonight.
Yeah.
Let's go out. We'll go wherever you want. Or, it's like...
Also, I love little notes. Prince Charming still leaves me notes. Like, that's the little thing that he does.
Like,
and that motherfucker...
And guys don't even think about that. It's like, they think the bigger the better. It's like...
Yeah.
Okay, diamond earrings are great, but...
Right, it could just be a piece of paper.
But, anybody can buy you diamond rings.
Right.
It's like...
And I just want to say, I'm really hyping him up right now, and he is not fucking perfect at all. But he is really good at that shit. He also is very good at like smoothing things over. That's his thing. So he knows all the tricks, like the love letters, the text messages, the phone calls,
like
the deliveries.
Master apology.
He is, yes. He specializes in that. So if anybody needs advice on the little things, he could tell you. Okay, so let's wrap this up. So self-care for men is a real thing. Yes, I love that.
And there shouldn't be a stigma about it.
Yes.
Getting a massage, doing things that make you feel good about yourself is very important.
Look good, feel good.
That's men and women.
Yes. Look, I swear to you, look good, feel good. In 2016, when I was 244 pounds. I didn't take care of myself. I never wore makeup. It was ridiculous. And I finally started putting effort and energy into how I looked, and it really improved how I felt.
And it's not even a vanity thing. It really is just, I take care of myself. One thing that I've always done is I've always practiced looking up when I walk. And people don't think about it, but when you look down, you're automatically giving off this energy of, I'm either sad, I'm depressed, all these negative connotation when people walk with looking down. And it's like, just that alone can change your mindset. It's like, no, I deserve to be here. I'm going where I need to be. You're in my way, bitch, you need to move.
In my 20s, I was definitely wild and outgoing, but I wasn't confident. I feel like I finally got my confidence in my later 30s. I know that probably sounds terrible, but it's true. I really found that, getting out of my marriage, I really became like the confident person that I am. And you're right. Like when I walk into a room, me, I command the room. That's kind of my thing, but that's a really good tip. All right. So be her man, not her son.
Yes.
Huge thing to remember.
And
great
honestly,
advice.
That's actually speaking to my mom about her and my dad's divorce. She's like, I felt like I had another child.
Yeah.
My dad had gone away on a business trip and for like a week, and it was my mom and her 3 kids. She's like, it was just easier without him.
Yep. Right. Because you're fucking taking care. It's one less person to take care of and mouth to feed. Right. I feel that. Okay. So then your dick and your money will never make her happy.
Nope. That's
long term. Because for me, that's kind of
instant pleasure, not a long-term relationship.
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense. Being a good partner takes time and effort.
Yes,
it definitely does.
You have to learn what your partner wants and needs, and fucking just do it. They shouldn't have to ask you to love them a certain way or to show them respect a certain way. Like if your partner's like, "Hey, this bothers me," it shouldn't be an argument of why it shouldn't. It should be like, "Okay. Well, let's work on a path forward."
Yeah, and then I love the little things that matter. I do love that. I live for that. I do.
And honestly, man, most women would say that.
Yeah.
And if they don't, they thoughts, they hoes, and they just trying to get that 18 years of child support.
You sound like Kanye West.
Exactly.
So before we go, I want to talk about midlife craving moving forward. I'm not going anywhere, and neither are any of my midlife cravings. I'm here to share the good, the bad, and the fucking ugly, because that's what life is. It's the real reason why I'm doing this show. Life is not like some Disney movie where you're walking hand in hand into the sunset to live happily ever after. The path of life is really messy, and you face forks in the road all the time. You may hit many bumps, and goddamn, you better watch out for them detours along the way. I'll tell you that. You may lose some passengers. You may pick up some unexpected hitchhikers. And shit, you might even change your entire route when you finally get to your destination. The key is that you pick yourself up, don't dwell on any accidents, you dust yourself off, and just keep moving forward. God damn. Who the fuck do I think I am right now? Robert Frost? I'm just saying, shit is not perfect, and I am definitely far from it, but I'm here to talk about it and share with you that it's all good and we're going to be okay.
Amen, sister.
Yes, preach. So I also want to say thank you to all of my amazing friends, my listeners, and my podcast crew. You know who you are, my podcast fam, who are all boosting me up. It means the world to me. Your support, your encouragement, it's everything that I needed this week and more. So thank you for that. And then a special shout out to you, Zach. You came through last minute. Thank you for that. And I love that I can always depend on you.
That's why you have a gay husband.
It is. absolutely the best commitment I've ever made.
You hear that,
Winning.
Corey? You hear that? Somebody loves me.
So next week, get excited because my friend Sam, she is a spirited advisor, is coming on here. You know, I am a big believer in good energy and she's going to bring it. And also she's going to do a live card reading for me.
Dun, dun, dun.
Zach, I'm like, is there a death card?
There's multiple cards that mean death, imminent
Snakes,
doom.
yeah.
Like,
I'm going to have them all. And I cannot wait to do that live. It's going to be a lot of fun. So,
I hope there's one where it's like your car will end up in the shop with a dick on the back. Like that needs to be a tarot card that she flips over.
Oh my, if she says she could predict the future, I'm going to be like, don't even try it. I don't want to know. I don't, for sure. So, all right, I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. And I'm feeling like Miss Cleo right now. Call me now.